No, okay, so you guys have been very clear. There's a YouTube message on the Sepultura YouTube page. No reunion. It's very pointed, very blunt. But let me ask you this. If you, hypothetically speaking, got on an elevator and Max and Igor are there, how awkward would that be? What would you want to say?
No, I mean, I met them last year. I met both, not at the same time, but I met Igor at Rock in Rio Madrid, and I met Max at Rock in Rio Lisbon.
Okay.
And actually, a little before, Sepultura and Soulfly playing the same festival in Germany. So we bumped to each other, and I talked to them and to Gloria. It was cool, At least we had that channel open, that we didn't have like for many years,
10 years? No, over 96 to...
Yeah. And with Igor he still lives in São Paulo. I mean, he was kind of... he doesn't like metal anymore, He just really played with Cavalera Conspiracy because he's his brother. Right. He likes to be together, which I think is great,
Wants to DJ more.
He's a DJ, with Mixed Hell. Right. Really happy with that, doing really cool stuff and etc. And that's it. I mean, it's. I guess the friendship has to be there, Otherwise, won't be a Sepultura. Like we built Sepultura, we create Sepultura, even before I joined the band. In those terms, like we were friends. We were like a gang together. No managers, no crew, no wives, no kids, no nothing. We just ourselves. And that's what Sepultura is all about. We still have that here. I mean, the spirit of Sepultura didn't change a bit. We changed members and stuff, but that's the spirit who keep us alive.
But it seems like for Derrick for a long time, hearing all that reunion, and the blabbermouth. I mean, all that abuse, and Jeff Walker from Carcass makes fun of Blabbermouth. He says, if you want to see the rednecks, just go on Blabbermouth and hear people, But it's got to be a tough position for him. I mean, it takes a lot of heart for him to hang in there, knowing that at any time all these forces are hoping to try to get you and Igor and Max back together. I mean, it seems from a fan's perspective, I always thought, that's got to be tough for him. Kind of a precarious position. I know you made that clear that that's not going to happen, but
no, I understand. I mean, it is tough, but I think it's part of it. It's normal. Since Max left the band, was talks about him coming back. But those kind of talks never came from inside the group. So he always was fine. It was never like, oh, he came to me, or never he came to me say, oh, what the fuck's going on and shit. Never, because basically the only guy talking is Max about it, So was never really managers and bookings. Like we received some offers here and there, like Sharon and stuff, but was not what Sepultura is all about. I mean, we cannot fool ourselves and our fans and our history. Jeopardize everything that we ever conquered doing shit like that.
Well, and this will be my last couple questions, but and then Max in an interview recently said that your wife tried to bury Dana without, and so you ran into him recently. I mean, what's your reaction to things like that? Not to get you to talk shit back about that. Just when you hear stuff like that.
I don't care, man. I mean, it's coming from Max. I mean, it's like for a long time I don't take in account what he says on interviews anymore. I mean, if he says something, okay. If he don't say something, the same.
How much was it?
That's why we did the video last year, because his fucking statements were getting in the way of our business here. Because promoters here were calling us, well, what the fuck's going on? It's a reunion or the tour, Fuck, man. I mean, he can say whatever he wants. I mean, he's entitled to say whatever he wants. He has an opinion. I mean, we live in a free world somehow, and he can say whatever he wants. But to get in the way of our business is another story. So like we went there, okay, there's no reunion, there's nothing going on, we're not talking to each other about reunion or anything else related, and there's nothing going on. We have a plan, we have a new album, a new label, and that's what we are doing now. you know. So I mean, he can say whatever he wants. I mean, he can cry as loud as he can, but it's not gonna change what we do here. You know?
But even still, when you saw him in person, it sounded like it was okay.
I'm not gonna talk about that. You know, it's like with him. You know, it's cool. I just talked to him like very quickly, especially on the phone. We talk about football and family in Brazil, which I thought was great, and that was it. You know.
Have him and Derrick ever met before?
I know.
How would that be, you think?
I don't see why it would be a problem, you know. I mean, they seem to be scared about us because, I mean, I went to see Soulfly a couple of times, one of them with Derrick.
Long time ago.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 years ago. And then Cavalera Conspiracy went to play in Brazil. We were there also watching. I mean, I don't see why. I mean, I never seen Max coming to see our show.
Right.
And I think it's stupid for him not to do it, you know. Why not? He was a part of this for a long time, and it's music, you know. But anyway, I mean, you have to talk to him about
I've interviewed him a few times. I mean, you know, and it just seemed interesting that Igor doesn't seem to talk about, when he does Cavalera Conspiracy interviews, you know, his favorite albums, almost not overtly disown the 98 through the 4 albums, you know, he did after Max left. Doesn't disown it, but it kind of doesn't get mentioned either, which is like, it just seemed strange, that's all.
Well, I cannot comment on that. I mean,
sure.
It's his opinion.
Sure. Let's see if I got anything else. What did Gian bring to the band personally? And then stop there. The personal chemistry of the band.
Well, everything, you know. He's an amazing musician.
Worked on with Paulo on some bass arrangements, right?
A little bit, yeah. He helped on Alex and a little bit on this one. But just an amazing musician, you know. Very prepared, you know, drummer who can play anything, anywhere. I mean, we are in a momentum now that we can play any Sepultura music from any part of our career.
Any song?
Any song. I mean,
wow.
We did the whole Rise in São Paulo last year. On the beginning of Alex tour, we did something on our website which fans could choose a certain era of Sepultura to play. So we put like 3 music on each era there, so we had to practice a lot of the old stuff, you know.
You relearned a lot of songs, like Nomad and Altered State.
Well, meaningless movements and, you know, Subtraction, Murder, all those songs that we never really, you know, we played like ages ago, you know. It seems like we never did it. And, you know, and he's a very positive guy who doesn't, you know, who's there with us, you know. A guy who fits the Sepultura, you know, way of living and believe in the same kind of things, and he's there in São Paulo with us. And like I said, I never really played with a drummer like that, man. I mean, Igor is an amazing drummer, but Igor is like a nomad, like a gypsy. You know, he learned to play drums on the street pretty much, you know. And but Jan, he has that animal aggressiveness of a drummer, but he's so technical, you know. He study a lot, he knows how to write, he can play any style of music, you know, properly and stuff, and he plays Sepultura stuff like no one, you know. Even the Igor stuff, you know, he respects a lot what Igor did, but, you know, slowly he's putting his own taste and own stuff.
He adapts it to his own.
It's great, yeah. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. Music is alive, you know, and that's why we're here performing in every city, because we have a different performance for everyone.
How likely is it that we'll hear some of the more deep cuts material you mentioned at these tonight and at these shows?
Yeah, we are playing. I mean, we're playing you know, meaningless movements. Sometimes we do like Massive Hypnosis, Altered State, even Infected Voice from Arise. Some other stuff, you know. We have so many that whatever the feeling there, I start a riff, or maybe Policia, you know, for instance, or Gasmatron, whatever.
Okay.